Words are more than small units that make up sentences. They are bridges between generations, cultures, and ways of seeing the world. And beneath the grammar, spelling, and vocabulary of a language is a living expression of identity and belonging. Because of this, languages connect people, and this is one of the most obvious reasons for people to learn a language. But before we look beyond the traditional narrative to explore how language acquisition can enrich our health in an unexpected way, let's first listen to some messages from UConn's 3 Italian professors.
Why learning Italian? Because we live only once, because learning a language is the beginning of a journey toward places you don't already know, or because it is the language in which popes speak to the entire world, or because it is the language Dante invented and never spoke, or because studying Italian is a good excuse to spend time in one of the greatest places on this planet.
I learn the language, I study it, I study the literature, I study the cinema, I've studied the theater. It has taken me anywhere from Seattle, Washington to New York to Rome to Milan to Madrid to Amsterdam. And it has enabled me to study and meet my favorite author, Edith Brooke, a Holocaust survivor who wrote one of the best novels on planet Earth called Transit. I learned Italian. I didn't know it, but so that what I do as a teacher could go across the ocean and come full circle. That's why I learned it yesterday, learned it today, and we'll keep learning it tomorrow.
One thing that I think is often not considered is that learning a language is important so that those people can know you. I was born in the United States. My parents were immigrants from Italy. I was the third child in my family, and I spoke exclusively English at home, even though I heard and understood the Italian that was being spoken by my family all around me. But I was often too embarrassed to speak it myself, frankly, because people laughed at me. For me, it felt embarrassing. It wasn't until I went to Italy at about the age of 7 for the first time, and I was alone with my favorite aunt who spoke only Italian. My parents were not there. That all of a sudden I started to speak Italian because I needed her to understand me. She was preparing me something to eat that I absolutely did not want. So I needed to express that to her. I burst out and she understood me, and she and my uncle responded joyfully. Everything was fine. And that day I conquered my fear. My family members have been able to really get to know me over the years, even though most of them have never been here to my home or to my country, for example. I'm so grateful for that connection, for that relationship that has not only allowed me to bring more love into my life, but to be a loving presence in the lives of others. So I would say learn a foreign language, not just because you have something to gain from it, but because you have something to bring to the equation as well. It is a way for you to be able to share something of yourself with others. And I think that that is a really special thing.
Being Italian and learning Italian is what has taught me to cherish the simple things in life, savoring the beauty that surrounds us each day. This is called il dolce far niente, which literally translates to the sweetness of doing nothing. Contrary to how it may sound, it is not about a lack of motivation or laziness. It reflects the art of finding joy in life's small, beautiful moments. At this point, it's common knowledge that learning a new language is beneficial to the brain in many ways. For instance, it enhances critical thinking and supports cognitive health as we age. potentially reducing the risk of dementia. But it also provides another cognitive benefit, which is often overlooked. According to the World Health Organization's 2025 data report, more than 1 billion people suffer every day from mental health disorders. And research actually suggests that learning a language can help to fight these disorders. Doing so, quote, increases neurons and dendrites compared to people who speak only one language. This means that their gray matter is denser, end quote. Gray matter, for those who don't know, is composed primarily of neuronal cell bodies and dendrites, and it constitutes the darker tissue of the brain's cortex. So increased brain matter density is associated with better mental health. And mental health expert Wendy Weisner explains, quote, gray matter plays a significant role in how we regulate our emotions.
For example, 2016 research found that emotional dysregulation, or a difficulty in regulating your emotions, was linked to decreases of gray matter in the orbital frontal cortex part of the brain.
The researchers also suggested that alterations of gray matter likely contribute to the development of psychiatric conditions that have emotional dysregulation as a main symptom. So, using the transitive property, if reduced gray matter is directly correlated with emotional dysregulation and therefore the development of mental health disorders, and if learning a language increases gray matter density, then learning a language may actually contribute to improved mental health. In addition to the neurological benefits that naturally accompany language acquisition, what if we can actually use the principle of il dolce far niente as an unconventional form of cognitive behavioral therapy to help individuals to overcome or manage their disorders? Perhaps through studying Italian, we can adopt this mindset and use it as a sort of behavioral and cognitive reorientation. In life, we tend to fixate on the negative. If we receive 10 compliments but one harsh criticism, it's the criticism that we are most likely to dwell on. And this inclination exists because, from an evolutionary standpoint, we are wired to give more credence to what we perceive as threats or dangers. And it has been proven that an effective way to reduce worry and negative thoughts is to ground yourself in the present moment and actually actively practice gratitude. Similarly, with dolce far niente, when we intentionally acknowledge the beauty around us, we are often subconsciously actually practicing gratitude in a subtle form. And clinical psychologist Dr. Lee W. Jerome explains the importance of this phenomenon actually through the concept of flow. Quote, positive psychology defines complete absorption in an activity where the usual sense of space and time disintegrate as flow. When you enter a state of flow, your mind is worry-free as it synchronizes with the activity in which you are engaged. Your mind becomes still, time slows down, your senses are heightened. Thought and action become perfectly aligned, end quote. So, what does this quote sound like? It sounds like dolce far niente. In my opinion, dolce far niente actually disguises itself as a form of cognitive behavioral therapy because it encapsulates several core elements of this method. If time slows down and your senses are therefore heightened, you become more engaged with the present moment. And this allows you to practice the art of noticing the beauty of the world around you in a more grounded manner rather than expending so much energy on anxiety. Why worry so much about things beyond our control, such as the future, if we can't change them anyway? Instead, we can put forth our energy towards something that is actually within the realm of our control, such as fostering enjoyment of the moment through intentional presence with dolce far niente. And the idea is that dolce far niente trains the mind to focus on pleasant feelings and actually taking the time to understand the quality and significance of these pleasant feelings. And in this way, Dolce Far Niente serves to ground people in the present moment, redirecting attention away from worries beyond your control and instead toward the beauty that exists here and now. And with dedication and consistent practice, it will become second nature for you. And this is because the brain adapts to the positive cognitive cycle, which leads to more emotional regulation. As any other population, Italians experience mental health problems, of course, but still, their statistics are markedly more optimistic. Quote, Italy has one of the lowest suicide rates among countries in the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, 5.8 deaths per 100,000 people. The United States has among the highest, 14.1 per 100,000. Suicide is a leading cause of death in the US, end quote. So, the disparity in these statistics invite an important question. Why? What could these numbers reveal about our respective paces of life, our priorities and style of living, our daily stresses, and the volume of pressure in American society in comparison to Italy? Well, if you travel to Italy, you will immediately notice the shift. You'll feel more at ease, more relaxed, and more just enveloped by a sense of tranquility. And this is not just because you're on vacation. Italian businesses often close in the late afternoon for a period of rest, giving employees time to go home or really do whatever they want to relax, connect with family and friends, and have some time to themselves, just to be present. This is very, very, very different from the American lifestyle, where stress is normalized, people run around frantically, never stop working, which consequently leaves little room for rest, creativity, and meaningful reflection. There is a strong correlation between a fast-paced life and mental health disorders, because the way that we live our lives shapes the way we feel in our lives. So, because of this, we should be paying close attention to our actions, our habits, and our attitudes. Although I grew up surrounded by Italian traditions and language, it was my intentional effort to master the art of savoring and appreciating the details of the language and culture that allowed me to uncover this beautiful life philosophy. But my nonna would always say, "Oggi è sicuro, domani non si sa," and this translates to today is certain and tomorrow's not. So basically, in essence, live in the moment and enjoy it. That's her message. Don't worry so much about the future when you have a life to live right now. Life is a learning process, though. We are all living our lives for the first time, if you think about it. I have not mastered Dolce Far Niente, and neither has anybody else. We are always striving. We are constantly striving to become better people. We are all each a work in progress, and that's okay. We're always constantly seeking new ways to improve ourselves and enrich our daily lives. Life is a learning process. This is why I believe that people should learn Italian. Apart from the well-known things such as cuisine, opera, art, history, all that stuff, Italian can help you to cultivate a better life for yourself. In general, this is why everyone should learn any language. Languages offer the possibility of discovering something new about yourself, something that may improve your life and remain with you forever. Mother Teresa once said, "Yesterday is gone, tomorrow has not yet come. We have only today. Let us begin." So yeah, let us begin. Let us focus on what we can do in this moment, for the past and future are nothing more than thoughts. Let us take action in how we shape our present days, how we choose to spend them, and who we spend them with. Let us become inspired to try something new, to learn something new. This is why I call everyone to learn another language and learn Italian. It has the power to change your life. As renowned Italian filmmaker Federico Fellini once said, "A different language is a different vision of life."